So, mabuhay everyone. Today we were going to discuss about the literature under the US colonialism. But before we were going to our discussion proper, let us have first our learning outcomes. At the end of the discussion, the pre-service English teachers should be able to first explain how American colonization influenced Filipino writers' use of the English language. Second, appreciate the creativity and resilience of Filipino writers who developed their literary identity under US colonial rule. And last, create a short written or visual presentation reflecting the moral lesson of the story. But let us know first the literature during the period of self-discovery as a review. So, by this time, Filipino writers had acquired the mastery of English writing. They now confidently and competently wrote on a lot of subjects, although the old-time favorites of love and youth persisted. They went into all forms of writing like the novel and the drama. So it means that Filipino writers had become really good at writing in English and were tackling a wide range of topics, while they still wrote about classic themes like love and youth. They also explored another subject and experimented with different forms of writing, such as novels and plays. So before we were going to our story, let us know first the author. Who is the author of that story? So si Wilfredo Maria Guerrero, born on January 22, 1910, and died on April 28, 1995. So he was a Filipino playwright, a director, a teacher, and a theater artist. He wrote over 100 plays, but 41 of which have been published, and his unpublished plays have either been broadcast on the radio or staged in various places of the Philippines. So one of his notable collections is 13 plays, first published in 1947, which includes Half an Hour in a Convent, Wanted, A Chaperone, Forever, A Condemned, which we were going to discuss, Perhaps, Deep in My Heart, Three Rats, In Unity, Our Strange Ways, The Forsaken House, Frustrations, Women Are Extraordinary, and Romance in B minor. So, The Condemned, it is a one-act play about a man named Pablo Gonzalez who was an hour away from his execution and has a final meeting with a prison chaplain, Father Lim, and his old friend Andres. The play explores themes of faith, forgiveness, and redemption as Pablo grapples with his impending death, his past action, and his strained relationship with his mother. Pablo's final hour, the play is set in the prison waiting room, where Pablo is on death row for a murder he committed. He is visited by the chaplain, Father Lim, who tries to offer him spiritual comfort and guidance as he faces his execution. Internal and external conflict. Pablo struggles with his own guilt and his lack of faith, which he attributes to his mother's neglect in his youth. He also faces the external conflict of his impending death and the question surrounding murder he committed. So the play's title The Condemned refers not only to someone punished by society or the law, but also to a person spiritually or morally condemned by their own conscience. It examines how a person can be trapped by guilt and the consequence of their past action. So the characters of the condemned is the main character, or the primary protagonist, is Pablo Gonzalez. He was the inmate who was condemned to the electric chair for the death penalty. Then, Angela Gonzalez. Angela Gonzalez is the biological mother of Pablo. Si Christina is the loving girlfriend of Pablo nga later nangin a wife ni Pablo. Si Tia Cheding is Pablo's aunt and his second mother. She is an old woman who raised Pablo when Angela, who is the mother of Pablo, left him. So si Tia Cheding ang nagpadako kay Pablo since naglakat si Angela Gonzalez. Then Andres Gorospe is an old friend of Pablo. Then si Father Lim, he was a prison chaplain. Warden, the security in charge to the visitors of Pablo. The setting of the story, a prison, or more precisely the waiting room near the execution chamber. This the time the story takes place and 1 hour before Pablo's execution, which gives atmosphere a heavy tense feeling. Then the mood. The setting is somber, quiet, and filled with tension. So, in this scenery or scenario, it takes place inside a prison, specifically a waiting room near the execution chamber, where Pablo Gonzalez is spending his final moments before being executed for a murder. The silence of the prison and the echo of footsteps create a dark and tense atmosphere, reflecting Pablo's fear, guilt, and hopelessness. His pacing shows how anxious and restless he is as he faces the reality of death. The description immediately tells that Pablo is condemned man, burdened by the weight of his crime and conscience, setting the emotional tone of the rest of the story. Father Lim, the prison chaplain, shows the beginning of Pablo's inner conflict. Father Lim represents faith, forgiveness, and hope, trying to comfort Pablo and guide him toward spiritual peace before his execution. However, Pablo refuses to listen. He has become cold, bitter, and full of resentment. He feels that both God and his mother abandoned him in his times of needs, which caused him to lose faith. His anger is not only directed towards others, but also toward himself, revealing deep guilt and emotional pain. This moment shows how Pablo's spiritual struggle is just as strong as his fear of death, setting the stage for his journey toward redemption later in the story. Father Lim continued effort to help Pablo find peace and forgiveness before he dies. The priest reminds him that God's mercy is greater than any sin, meaning that no matter how terrible Pablo's actions were, he can still be forgiven if he sincerely repents. However, Pablo refuses to listen because he is still blinded by pain, guilt, and pride. His mind is full of painful memories, his mother neglect, his failed relationship with Christina, and all the wrong choices that brought him to this tragic point. This part reveals that Pablo's suffering is not only about his crime but also about the emotional wounds of his past, which make it difficult for him to open his heart to forgiveness and faith. Mario, they introduce Andres, Pablo's old friend, who visits and adds emotional depth to the story. Andres comes to see Pablo one last time before his execution, showing friendship and compassion even in such a dark moment. Their conversation is filled with sadness and unease as Andres tries to understand Pablo's actions and feelings. He wants to know why Pablo committed the murder and whether he feels any remorse for it. Pablo pretends to be strong and indifferent, claiming that he no longer cares about what is right or wrong. However, this is only a mask to hide his fear and guilt. Deep inside, he is suffering and being torn apart by his conscience. This moment reveals that Pablo is not truly heartless. He is a man in denial, struggling to face the truth and his own regret. To change. As the time of the execution nears, his anger fades, and he becomes more quiet and reflective. He realizes that death is near and feels regret for his past, for his mother, Christina, and the life he threw away. So it shows that the beginning of his spiritual awakening. He starts to accept the truth and the weight of his choice. The turning point of the story, Father Lims returns, urging Pablo once more to pray. At first, Pablo resists, still held back by pride, but when the guards came to take him to the execution room, his pride collapses. Overwhelmed by fear and guilt, he finally kneels and prays, asking God for forgiveness. This shows Pablo's repentance and acceptance of faith, something he rejected earlier. And sincerely, Pablo experiences peace for the first time. The anger and hatred in his heart disappear. Although the law will still execute him, his spirit is no longer condemned. He has found inner freedom through repentance and forgiveness. This symbolizes true salvation comes from within, not from escaping punishment. Pablo walks to his death calmly. Father Lim blesses him with the sign of the cross. Pablo no longer feels anger or fear. He has accepted his fate with faith and humility. The story ends with a message of hope and redemption, showing that even condemned man can find spiritual peace if he truly repents. The question here is, what do you think is the theme of the story? Condemn explores the themes of guilt, redemption, forgiveness, and the struggle to find solace in the face of death, all of which are examined through the character of Pablo as he awaits his execution. Question: what do you think is the moral in the piece of Wilfredo Maria Guerrero? So, the moral in the piece of Wilfredo Maria Guerrero is: first, you must take responsibility for your actions. Regardless of your past, Pablo spends most of his final hour blaming his mother's neglect for his ruined life. The moral weight of the story suggests that while this background is a reason, it is not an excuse for murder. Redemption only begins when he stops blaming others and accepts his own guilt. Second is the cycle of bitterness must be broken from within. Pablo's pride and anger keep him chained until the very end. The final moral is that true freedom is found when dropping bitterness and finding forgiveness, even if that means forgiving oneself. The Condemned reflects the harsh realities of human nature, showing how fear, guilt, and societal pressure can lead individuals to make desperate choices. Guerrero highlights the moral consequences of wrongdoing and the importance of responsibility and conscience. Through the characters' struggles, the play reminds us that our actions have consequences and that justice, whether human or moral, ultimately prevails. It teaches a timeless lesson about integrity, accountability, and the value of facing the truth, no matter how difficult it may be.